Hello YouTube, it's Al here with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Underground, here with Tyler, what's his name? Vahey. Who just got 27th place with Fire Fist in a Dragon Ruler Prophecy format. You've seen it here first, the deck list of competitive Fire Fist, which is probably pretty affordable right now. So, go ahead.
Hello. Well, for main deck, of course, you have to main 3 bears, no question about it. You can use this effect to send a fire formation from the field to the graveyard to pop a monster in your opponent's side of the field. When is that not handy, personally? So, you can get it super rares, ultra rares, or ultimate rares.
3 bear, pretty standard. Let's get to techie stuff.
And I play 3 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Boar.
Now, what does this card do? This is one that not very many people are taking to playing.
Well, when Boar is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon 1 Fire Fist monster from my deck with any name, except for Boar. His secondary effect is when a Fire Fist monster from the extra deck comes out. While he's on the field, I can set 1 fire formation spell from my deck. I did not use the effect whatsoever. Boar is good for XYZ and Synchro as well. And he can make Crimson Blader, which can cripple your opponents depending on what they play. More about that later.
Alright.
Then, I play 1 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Buffalo. People don't really like Buffalo because it's got a high cost, but if he's in the graveyard, you could send 2 fire formations or Fire Fist monsters from your hand or the field to the graveyard to special summon him from the graveyard. Why is this important? Well, you get a free special summon, which would cause a free XYZ summon or a synchro summon if possible.
Cardinal.
Next, I play 3 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Dragons. Now, this card is very essential in every single Fire Fist build, no matter what.
Only for 2.
While he's on the field, I can activate 1 fire formation from my hand, and when it's activated, I can set 1 fire formation trap from my deck. That would include fire formation Tensen and fire formation Tenken.
Alright.
And his secondary effect is I can send 2 fire formations from the field to the graveyard.
People know what Dragon does.
Yeah. So, special
Dragon does as Dragon does.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Next, I play 2 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Gorilla.
Pretty standard spell trap removal. Why 2 instead of 1? Did you have a thought process behind that?
Yeah, I decided to do 2 instead of 1 because I do like the fact that he's searchable, but when he destroys opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, I can set 1 fire formation spell from my deck, which is good because a lot of people like to set first turn. And then, you could send 1 fire formation from the field to the graveyard to pop a spell card. It could be a spell or trap card. It could be face up or face down, so you could use things to pop things like Decree and other
People
stuff.
know that.
And face downs.
It's pretty standard when we don't need to spend too much time on explanation. Oh hey, YouTube, when I said this deck was budget, I lied.
Yeah. Next, I have 2 Coach Soldier Wolfbarks. These cards are pretty expensive. They're going about 50 right now. Wolfbark is needed in every 4-axis Fire Fist deck. What he does is, once per turn, he can target 1 Fire Beast Warrior monster in my graveyard and special summon it in the field defense position. Although its effects are negated, you could synchro summon for Crimson Blader, or you can make a free XYZ. Next, I play 2 Blaster, Dragon Ruler of the Infernos. Now, this card is not highly recommended in Fire Fist decks, but I really like it. He's a good beat stick for whenever you just want to get over a strong monster or just end the game. He also puts Fire Fist monsters in the graveyard, in which you can normal summon Wolfbark and use his effect to special summon an XYZ first turn if possible. Next, I play 2 Maxx C. This is important for most decks because of the draw power and the insane amount of special summons that most decks do nowadays. I would recommend main decking them and siding them out whenever you don't really need them. That's it for the monsters. Next, for
The all-important fire formations.
next I play 2 Fire Formation Gyokos. This is a very special card. It's searchable by the Fire Fist monster effects, and then once it's activated, you can target one face down spell or trap card on your opponent's side of the field. It cannot be activated whatsoever, and your opponent can't chain to it either. So it is a very important card. I would really recommend running 2, and that's stressing it a bit. Like 1 would be fine as well, because it's searchable. Next,
Makes sense.
Next, you can't play Fire Fist without Fire Formation Tenkai.
Yep.
This card's obvious. You search Beast Warriors from your deck to your hand. This includes Wolfbark and any Fire Fists. Next, I play 2 Fire Formation Tensus. Now, what Tensu does, he can have an additional normal summon.
For Beast Warriors.
Yes.
You Aprils.
That's it for Fire Formation spells. I play 2 Mystical Space Typhoons for obvious reasons. I play 1 Book of Moon so I can stop opponents' attacks or stop them from XYZing or synchroing that turn. Dark Hole for to destroy all monsters on the field. Then I play 2 Forbidden Lance. This is excellent when you're trying to get Bear. This is excellent when you're trying to get Bear's effect off by attacking your opponent directly. It has this attack, but practically, but you get a free search.
It's like a +2 if you chain it to lands.
Right.
You did that to me when we played this last time.
Yes, I did. That's it for the trap cards.
Terrifying.
Next, I play 2 Fire Formation Tensens. This card is searchable by Dragon whenever his effect is activated, and when I can activate it during damage step, in which the Beast Warriors will gain 700 attack and plus 300 attack because it's a Beast Warrior.
I know, I wanted that ultimate creep.
Next, I play 1 Fire Formation Tenken. This card is not really recommended in Fire Fist decks, but I personally prefer it because it negates all card effects that targets that or would affect that monster at all. Dark Hole doesn't work. Pleiades doesn't work. Nothing. Only during the main phase 1 though. Next, I play Staple Bottomless to destroy good monsters. I also play Compulsory Evacuation Device.
Too good.
So yeah, too good. I can send XYZs and synchros back to the extra deck. Next, Soul Mourning, obvious. Also too good, yeah. And then I main 2 Mirror Forces so I can stop the opponent from attacking. 2 Fiendish Chains. Some people play Breakthrough. I choose Fiendish Chains because I can stop the opponent from attacking. And not only that, if I manage to get Kiren on the field, my opponent's monsters loses 100 attack. More about that later. And last but not least, I play Pinpoint Guard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it helped me quite a bit actually today. You can when Wolfbark is in your graveyard and your opponent attacks, you can activate Pinpoint Guard, special summon Wolfbark, get his effect for sure next turn or anything. It's a really good card, but you got to use it carefully. It's only for when your opponent attacks. That is all 41 of my main deck cards. Moving on to extra deck, I play 3 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King.
Do you use all 3?
Yes, I used all 3 in 1 duel today, but I mostly used 2.
This is the reason Blue Eyes Maiden will never be a thing.
Yes, he gets over Blue Eyes Maiden, and I've actually dueled somebody with Blue Eyes Maiden. Yeah, they were...
And Zen mains.
Yeah, Zen mains.
Not a happy panda.
No bueno.
Next, I play 2 Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Cardinals.
You use both of them?
No, I only used 1 today, but this card is too good. You can detach 2 XYZ materials from him, send 2 Fire Formation or Fire Fist monsters from my graveyard or face up on my side of the field back to my deck, and then target 2 face up.
Tiramisu for Fire Fist.
Yes. Tiramisu for Fire Fists, right. And send them back to deck. This works well for plenty of decks. Next, I play 1 Abyss Dweller to get over Mermails or any other deck. Fire Kings. And I play 1 Diamond Dire Wolf. This is pretty much a staple in all decks now, but this one works especially because I play Beast Warriors. Next, Gagaga Cowboy. I used this guy twice today. Deal the last 800 damage to your opponent. That's good game, and he can get over any monster with 2,800 attack or less.
Yep.
3,000. No.
Next, I play Gem Knight Pearl.
Because Fiendish Chain.
Yeah, Fiendish Chain.
Who cares?
Good beat stick. I play Mace Stroke. He's an obvious staple. Black Ship of Corn. Staple. So you get over Marshmallow and Zen Mains if I need to. Crazy Box. This is good for
Skill drain.
Yes, this is good for skill drain against Dark Worlds. Or I also have Eradicator Epidemic Virus in my side deck. Crushes the spellbooks pretty good. Next, I play Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Kiren. People don't really like this card, but he has a really high defense for whenever you need it, and his ability is when he's synchro summoned to the field, you can set 1 fire formation from your deck, and that could be anything, and your opponent loses 100 attack for each face-up card.
Fiendish and Boar. How do they have an effect on the card?
And then last, I play Crimson Blader. Yeah, cripple opponents. I actually used them quite a bit today. That's it for my main deck. For my side deck, I use 2 DD Crows. This card's good for Dragoonies, Abusians, and yeah, and Fire Kings too. Obvious side deck staple. And then I play 2 DNA Surgeries.
No one likes Prophecy. Or Abusians.
Yeah.
Would you side that against Abusians?
No, I didn't side that against Abusians. This really gets under the skin of spellbooks, mainly. It gets under other decks too. Eradicator Epidemic Virus, obviously. Tribute Crazy Box, kill spellbooks.
Insta win.
I side decked Imperial Iron Wall, only 2 because I didn't really have enough room for everything. But try running 3 if possible, since dragons are still a main.
Prophecy.
And then Bujins too. So try main deck 3. Now I also play 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror.
Who likes Constellars?
Oh
Nobody.
Yeah. These kill Constellars, Bujins, any other light deck.
You play Bujins today?
Yes, I played 1 Bujins today, but that's another story. Now I play Rivalry of Warlords. This is an insanely good card for a lot of decks because so many archetypes are mixed. It's in my side deck. And I also play 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror to get over Dark Worlds, Evil Swarms, although I don't really need it.
The mirrors cover your ground.
Yeah. Just to cripple them more. And then last, I play Soul Drain. This targets, this card,
Broken.
yeah,
Dragons.
it's broken if you can get it. It shouldn't have been limited to 1 because that's just stupid. It should be like at least 2, but he works in a lot of stuff.
Alright, any last words to potential Fire Fist players out there?
Well,
Play water.
this deck can crush water monster decks. I've beaten Mermails as a matter of fact.
Let's do it, Doug.
Let's do it. And it can beat Mermails, but it's a skillful deck. You need to take your time with it.
And we went backwards. What were your matchups?
Oh, my first matchup, I played against Karakuri,
Karakuri.
2-1. Next, I played some strange XYZ Shark deck. I had no idea what it did, but I 2-0'd it.
Looks like it was a fish out of water.
Yes, it was. Oh god. Then for my third match, I played Black Wings. Due to
That's not that.
yeah, due to a bad hand, I could not pass Black Wings. I lost to them, but main deck Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. There's no problem afterwards.
Alright.
For the fourth deck, I played. I can't quite remember.
That's fine. Fifth.
Okay, for fifth, I played a Dragon Ruler deck. Now, I tied it with this one because we ran out of time.
True.
But it just depends on the amount of luck that you have.
Sorry to interrupt, but fourth was Gravekeepers.
Oh,
Fourth
yeah.
was Gravekeepers?
Fourth was Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers suck. I don't like them. Necro Valley, I don't like Necro Valley, period. But it doesn't bother me. But when it's on the field 100% of the time, that will wreck my deck.
6.
6, I play another Dragon Rulers deck. I too won it because I got insanely lucky because he milled spell and trap cards with Card Tripper. But Crimson Blader helped me in this deck. Main Crimson Blader, you will not be sorry.
7, 8, 9. Go fast.
7, 8, 9. I dueled Spellbooks for 7, Eradicator Epidemic Virus.
This is a win.
Yeah, I won. 8, I played Laval Dragon Rulers, which were not that bad. I still won to Odom. And then Bujins, I got beaten because I was disqualified for the first part of the match, but this deck does do well against Bujins. So, to all Fire Fist players,
All right.
I wish you luck. Thank you for watching.
So there you have it. 27th place Fire Fist, and we are out YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe for your regional coverage in the Midwest.